tonight, hitting the Liberty Blue Jays coming in 0-1 on the loss to Lee Summit last week, 43-19. In a game that they led 19-16 after three quarters. And they kind of lost it there in the fourth, giving up 27 points to the Lee Summit Tigers. Meanwhile, their opponents tonight are the Park Hill Trojans here. 0-1 as well. That loss to Lee Summit West last week, 34-21, down 24-0 at the half. Made a little bit of a run there late in that ball game. Get back to it. For Liberty, their stat leaders on here, Alex Crouch, their starting quarterback, 17-37 last week, 191 yards and 2 interceptions. Not a great game for Alex Crouch. Running back to watch here, Jack Lowry, 14 carries for 150 and a touchdown to lead Liberty in rushing last weekend. And receiving, Everett Screech, 6 catches, 62 yards for him. And then for Park Hill, number 13 team, the 8-10 varsity, top 25. They're led passing by Ryan Graves, who went 7 of 17 for 109, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. On the ground, Graves led them on the ground at 10 carries for 67 yards. And then receiving their leader is Jalen Noel. Jalen Noel, 70-pound wide receiver slash running back. Just a sophomore, led them receiving last week, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns. And so this game means a lot to both sides, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, both teams came out last week. They start off the season 0-1. Both of these teams are notorious for being ones that win a lot of games in the state of Missouri. And so to start off 0-1 is not something that you want to have happen. And now you come into this week and you need to get that win. You want to get that first win on the schedule, and so you want to see what adjustments you can make from last week to this week and hopefully get that first win of the season. And for both of these teams, they're really in a sort of a transition year. Last year, Park Hill had a ton of offensive talent, and they're having to replace a D1 quarterback. They're having to replace a D1 wide receiver. They're also having to replace 2 running backs who were dynamic and went on to play at high division schools. So you're having to replace all of that. On the other side, you have Liberty, where they had to replace their top quarterback and their top running back. So that's a lot to replace in 1 year. You came out the first game, you got hit in the mouth by the city of Lee Summit, and now you come into the second game, you want to see what your team can do better.
And these teams are like Class 6 District 4 opponents. This game goes even deeper into just needing to get a victory. This game goes into the whole district scenario, which, I mean, this district, after 1 week, you've got the 3 Lee Summit schools sitting atop the district right now, all on the same amount of points. One of the big games tonight, Lee Summit West, they're at Fort Osage. What a game that I'm interested in keeping an eye on. Lee Summit North, they're at St. Joseph tonight, and Lee Summit, they're taking on Belton. And the rest of this district, way back. Coming off a win last week, we saw it here against Park Hill South. They are playing at Blue Springs South. Big game there for Ray Peck. Then you got Rockhurst just running down the rest of this. Rockhurst, they play Blue Springs tonight. Always big matchup there. Liberty and Park Hill here. Park Hill and Liberty North, they take on Sherman at home. That should be a home game. Liberty North will get a victory. And then just kind of running down, seeing tonight elsewhere, Class 5, District 7, Greytown sits atop. They play Oak Park tonight. Belton takes on Lee Summit. Fort Osage, Lee Summit West. William Chrisman, they take on North Kansas City. Truman versus Liberty North, and Ruskin takes on Smithville. Class 5, District 8. Staley versus Kearney. Big matchup there for those two teams. Kind of Chattanooga takes on Rayton South. Marshall at Warrensburg. Excelsior Springs they take on St. Joe Benton. And then to round out the district is Kearney and Stanton County at Stanley and Kirksville taking on Chillicothe. One will be game for one of those two teams to get on the shine as we prepare for action here tonight. We're going to keep an eye on some of the scores around the area. Those are some of the big ones. A lot of big games in the area, though. It's just getting started.
So it looks like Liberty won the toss. They decided to defer, and so Park Hill will receive the football. And so we'll get to see that Park Hill offense the first time here at home without Billy Maples at the helm to start off the game.
Billy Maples, Ronnie Bell, Corey Clayton. We'll see what this offense looks like as we get rolling here. Here we go. They will be led after on offense by senior quarterback Ryan Graves. He started last week. They cycled in some other guys to try to get something going offensively. And that's the guy they'll go with us tonight. And one guy we haven't talked about. One of the big defensive ends. It seems like a theme here in the Park Hill School District. Johnny Wilson, who wears number 4, he is one of the top juniors in the Kansas City area at defensive end, already holding some pretty big offers, including the Sioux.
Well, if Johnny is anything like his brother Seven, he definitely is a tackling machine. And Johnny last year came on and really filled in for that defense and made a lot of big plays. And so it will be interesting to see what Johnny Wilson will be able to do tonight. Also, got to look for Hayden Wallace. He has been a big-time player the last 2 years for the Trojans. Noel was a freshman who had to come on later in the season last year after some injuries happened to Dorian Clayton and also DJ Johnson. So we might get to see a little bit of him at running back, but I would definitely look for Corey Bradford. He ran the ball a lot last year, and so he will be a guy that you want to look for in the running game. And Jacob Davidson for the Blue Jays got in on the stop. 6'1", 210 sophomore was able to come up and hold up just enough to keep Gathright from picking up any yardage.
Terrell Simpson making the hit. Only 2 yards on the play, and it's going to be 4th down. And 8 yards to go for Park Hill.
Yeah, and right now, Liberty's defense is getting after it. They're getting into the backfield and really giving Park Hill nowhere to go. Graves had very little time even to step into that throw there and really quickly got it out to Noel.
It's going to be a block punt, and Liberty will have the football down inside the Park Hill 10-yard line.
And lucky Johnny Wilson was there. He saved 6 points as he was able to jump on top of the Joe Charay, who ended up recovering that block.
Disaster early for the Park Hill offense. They just let 5 guys into the backfield untouched. And an easy block punt there for the Liberty defense. So it'll be 1st down and goal. They'll mark it at the 9. Liberty comes out with quarterback, Elite 81 quarterback Alex Roush with trips to the near side. Gonna throw it out here to the near side. Pass will be incomplete. Looking for Jacob Brown.
And that was a little bit low there. He threw it to where only he could grab it, but unfortunately it hit the ground before it hit his hands.
Running back is number 23, Jack Lowry. Had a big game last week for the Liberty Blue Jays. Ethan Gray, the tight end, there to the far side. In the gun. Takes a snap. Hands off to Lowry. Lowry cuts up the inside. Gets to about the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal. Can Park Hill defense stand tall after letting Liberty have a 1st down and goal from the 9?
And great job by Jameel Burns, the 6'4 junior, coming in and getting the stop there. He kept him from gaining only the 3 yards that he got. And if you're Park Hill, your defense, you got to be very happy. You were put in a very bad situation where they had 1st and goal from the 9, and you held them to 3 points. You only gave up 4 yards. So great job by that Trojan defense to sort of bail out their offense there after the poor showing. Now it's time to see if Ryan Graves can lead this Trojan offense down the field.
back as the wind is blowing that direction. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Park Hill Trojans. Looking to get their offense going. Because, like we kind of talked about, scuffled last week in their game against Lee Summit West, and didn't start real well here against Liberty.
No, it didn't really go all that well. The front line's going to have to give some holes to their running back. And it looks like Corey Bradford's now in the ballgame. And Nathan Gray smelled that play out right away and jumped into the backfield, and no one was there, and he was able to stop Bradford for a loss of 3. This Trojan offensive line's not doing too well with that 3-man front of the Blue Jays. They're really clogging things up and not giving very many holes to the running backs. Well, it looked like they were trying to run a counter play there, but Robert Hayden was in the backfield right away and was not going to allow them to go anywhere. So he stops him for no gain on that play. And what you're going to have to do is, right now, the linebackers are pinching in very hard, and they're flying upfield. You're going to have to mix in a screen, something to really beat them for their over pursuit.
Pizza in the Northland. Don't look any farther than Stone Canyon Pizza in Parkville. Locally owned and operated since 1995, Stone Canyon's pizzas are made to order from the freshest ingredients. Visit either location for lunch or an enjoyable evening in downtown Parkville or the Zona Rosa location across from Barnes & Noble. And of course, visit anytime at StoneCanyonPizza.com. Stone Canyon Pizza, a fixture in Parkville and proud supporter of Park Hill and Park Hill South athletics.
Yeah, and some of it is on Park Hill. They've been a little sloppy up front, and also the offensive line isn't doing a very good job controlling the 3-down linemen for the Blue Jays. But you got to give a lot of credit to this Blue Jay defense. They're really playing sound football right now. See, and there you have, like, that is a problem that stems from the offensive line. You can't put anything on the running backs, wide receivers, or quarterbacks there, as you had 3 down linemen, and all 3 were back chasing the quarterback.
So now they're going to have to fix up this. They get the fun away this time. We get fair catch called for. Ooh, nearly lost. Ooh. By Evans Screech. Sorry. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Liberty. We'll see. Now we'll kind of see Liberty's offense opened up a little bit. Not just on the goal to go situation on their own 39-yard line. That's where they'll take over. 1st down and 10. Our Hills defense will see if they can continue their strong start. In motion. Roush looking to throw. Pressure kind of 40s. He's sacked. Just kind of tripped up and goes down. Back at the marking right about the 35-yard line.
Great push up front by James Gore, the nose tackle. He pushed the center right back into the quarterback, and Jameel Burns was able to come over and finish him off for the sack.
And the thing is, Johnny Wilson doesn't have to get to the quarterback. His presence over there is drawing the whole right side of that offensive line. The right guard and right tackle are both right there looking at him. So he got up the field, forced him up the pocket. Roush can throw now, and be caught there. Flag down. Pass caught by Jacob Brown. Pass is early on, but a flag down. It's in the vicinity of a holding penalty there on Liberty.
It's pretty interesting. When you think about high school, you think about basic defenses because coaches don't have a ton of time to really come up with things. But we've now seen in our first 2 weeks, we've seen 3 of the 4 teams that are running a 3-man front, which I guess if your personnel calls for it, if you only can find 3 big bodies to play the defensive line, why not try to run a 3-4? Makes yourself a little bit more athletic, but there's a lot more gap control when it comes to a 3-4 technique. And so it's very interesting that through these first 2 weeks, we've now seen 3 teams run that defense.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got the size like Johnny Wilson, 6'3", 255, I mean, you run down their roster, and they've got some big boys in it. They all can play by the looks of how things have started tonight. So it'll be 2nd down and 24. Yeah, handoff. Lowry, he's bent, and he will be fighting forward. The initial contact made by number 74. And 24, that's Jameel Burns, a 6'4", 215-pound defensive end.
Yeah, he's a little light at 215, but he is really putting a lot of pressure so far in this ball game. He's getting into the backfield, and he's really not being pushed around by the bigger, heavier offensive line of Liberty.
That's just a junior as well. Tim's got some defensive line mates coming back next year. High snap and rush. Blitz coming. Football down the middle of the field. Off the hand and incomplete. That was Jack Lowry is running back. And it's 4th down. Coming up, 4th and 22. Mark Hill set for a good defense.
Yeah, so far we've seen a very good defensive battle. I mean, neither offense has really done anything. We saw a 4-yard gain on that first drive just because they were within goal distance as soon as they got the football. And then here they went back 12 yards. So really not a good showing on offense by either team so far in this game.
No flags thrown, and this
Yeah, so
Just trying to mention there, they're trying to replace All-State punter and Thomas Hendricks, who's at Northwest actually as a punter there. He averaged 20.5 yards per punt last season. That is Joe Webb. Webb gets the outside and get up to about the 35-yard line. There's Joe Webb, the 5'11", 185-pound senior wide receiver from the Park Hill Trojans.
and he's the last one left from that great wide receiving core of 2 years ago, the one that had Ronnie Bell and DJ Johnson and a few other guys who graduated the year before. And so Joe Webb, the last of that group. Matthew Henning this time comes in and makes the tackle from his linebacker position. Was able to get past the left tackle and into the backfield and drop him for a 1-yard loss.
Javion Gathright trying to man in motion. That's Noel. A little bit of contact there in the backfield, but I mean, Liberty's defense, they played that perfectly. Go hit both on a read option type play.
Right now you got Hayden and Henning are both getting into the backfield fairly quickly at all times right now, and you're having some good push. And then you have big Isaiah Hall right in the middle, and he's clogging up things and not allowing any room in the middle to run. So great job by this Liberty defense after giving up that first down for Park Hill.
And so staying in the gun now, bringing a man in motion. Gathright, they're looking to look like they're setting up a screen. And Graves will just get back to just short of the original line of scrimmage. And so it'll be 4th down and a long 10. And so now a field goal unit possibly. Nope, no field goal unit. This isn't the Parker Sampson days for Park Hill.
Or even last year where they had a very serviceable kicker. So, I mean, you're looking at a 4th down here, and you're sort of in no man's land. It's really not that big of a deal if you get stopped here.
5 wide set here. Back to Graves. He's being rushed, rolling out to his left, looking to throw. He'll throw it. First down. Flag is down, though. It looks like it's in the area of a holding on Park Hill. And then that'll push him back to punt formation, most likely. Really good play. Hit Jalen Noel with the pass. And holding on the offense. It'll back them back up. So you got to think punt formation is up and coming here for the Trojans.
No, it looks like they're actually just going to keep the offense on the field.
Maybe.
Looks like Coach Hood told his guys to hold up before he sent the punter out.
Yeah. Coach Hood hollering for Corey Bradford to get on the field as Gathright checks out. And so they are going to go for it on 4th and... Nope. 4th and forever. 4th and 30, I do believe they just said. So I'd say that you wouldn't be shocked to see a little step back pooch punt here from Ryan Graves.
Might be the most effective.
And that's exactly what we're going to see. Noel comes to the inside, so does. And it'll be a little pooch kick. A really good punt there for Graves. It's going to take a little side hop and go out of bounds at the 18-yard line. That's where Liberty will take over, 1st down and 10, but a really good punt there by quarterback Ryan Graves.
Yeah, it was a really good punt. It did take a Liberty bounce, though, and bounce back to the 18, but you have to give it to the punter, the quarterback in that situation. He was really in a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, and, I mean, already you can see just Park Hill gets a positive play on offense, and they go directly backwards because of a holding penalty after picking up a first down inside the 15-yard line. Liberty to throw. Roush outside. He caught by Strike. Leading receiver Evan Strike for the Liberty Blue Jays. And it'll be about a 6-yard completion, 2nd down and 4 for the Blue Jays here with 1:15 to play first quarter. Liberty with a 3-0 lead on Park Hill. Going quads here to the near side of the formation. One running back in the backfield. Roush takes the snap. Going to throw a little bubble screen out to Lowry. Looks like that flag was thrown in an area where it's
maybe a legal formation.
Yeah, may have had either too many guys on the line or not enough
Right.
on the line. So it looks like that'll probably back him up 5 yards. Wasn't sure if that was even caught on that throw. So looking, the referee's discussing it, and illegal
touching.
Man downfield or illegal touching on the Blue Jays. And so that story of this game early here, it's mistakes by both teams already.
Both teams' offenses have made a lot of mistakes. Both teams' defenses have been very solid, and the special teams have been dreadful for both teams so far.
So you can see here in front of us the Park Hill offensive coaches are trying to figure out what's going on, which I'm very intrigued. I'm seeing a TV screen down there. You don't see that very often with a lot of schools. I know when I was in school, it was we just yell at each other, or the coaches would just come over and talk about it. Nowadays, you got a TV screen. Last week, I saw coaches from Ray Peck with an iPad right here to the right of us. They had an iPad and was looking at replays of plays that happened previously so they could figure out what's going on.
Yeah, technology has definitely trickled down from the NFL and the college ranks, and is now in high school, and the schools that can afford it are going to be able to utilize that. And I think it's going to be something you're going to see that's going to continue to widen the gap between the 5 and 6A schools and the lower tiered schools, because a lower tiered school, when you get into 8-man 1A, those are the schools that aren't going to be able to afford it. But more often than not, those schools aren't going to play each other, so it's not going to be an unfair advantage.
So an interesting development, they waved the flag off, but it's a loss of a yard here for Liberty. They did say completed pass, as Coach Frijan of Liberty kind of was talking to the referees, and they waved it off, actually, and said they were fine. So, but it was a loss of a yard on the little screen pass. Now Roush to throw. Little short pass could be a first down. Strike with the first down catch. And so Liberty's got something going here with that little 7-yard completion to Evan Strike. Oh, wait, sorry, that was number 18, Michael Book of Liberty. So we're down to 37 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Liberty 3, Park Hill nothing. And what's been a defensive battle so far. And the gun. Got trips to the near side, one to the far side. Takes a snap, Roush to throw. A little short pass will be completed.
Looks like Book again.
Yeah, if you're Liberty, you see Park Hill's corners playing so far off, you keep hitting those little quick hitters, and you'll end up down the field before you know it. So after one quarter here from Park Hill High School, the Liberty Blue Jays hold a 3-0 lead over the Park Hill Trojans. So we'll take a break and be back after this on 810varsity.com. Welcome back here to 810varsity.com. After one quarter here from Park Hill High School. Park Hill trails the Liberty Blue Jays 3-0 in what has been a defensive battle here early on in this ball game.
And really the only reason we have any scoring so far is because of one mistake, which was sort of how last week went as well with Park Hill South. Was they made two mistakes that led to 2 touchdowns by Ray Peck. This week, the one mistake by Park Hill, not blocking well on the punt, led to great field position in the field goal by Liberty.
16 and 17 yards of offense for each side. Back to throw, Roush. Roush throwing a little screen. It's going to be too low and incomplete. Like I just said, 17 yards of offense for Park Hill, 16 yards of offense for Liberty here in this. I don't really know how to.
It's a defensive shootout.
Yeah. And so it'll be 3rd down and 4 here for the Blue Jays at the 38-yard line. Roush with a back in the backfield, looking to throw, blitz off the edge. That pass will be just thrown up for grabs and intercepted. That pass picked off by number 5. That's Javion Gathright with a good play down the field to go up and go get that. Not a good throw by Alex Roush, though.
No, it wasn't a good throw. It sort of sat up there forever, and it looked like his wide receiver sort of got crossed off on exactly where the pass was supposed to go. So the wide receiver was looking for where it was supposed to go, and Gathright was right there to almost make a punt catch. Like he got underneath him, was able to make the reception, and was able to put the Trojans in some pretty decent field position here.
He had time to fair catch that.
He did.
But to note, the pressure applied by Hayden Wallace coming off the edge, nearly untouched. Roush had to just get rid of it. Graves to throw, and he's going to be eaten alive by 3 Liberty Blue Jays defenders. And they were talking up this Park Hill offensive line. They had a lot coming back. They had their leader coming back in Corey Ryder.
Yeah,
they've been eaten alive by this 3-man front.
Coach Hood is going to definitely have to look at this probably at halftime and try to figure out maybe doing some fan blocks or something, because right now the outside linebackers are just coming at will, and Graves is having no time whatsoever to do anything with the ball.
Noel in motion. He's going to keep it on the ground this time. He'll get up close to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 3rd and long, a 3rd and about 10 for the Park Hill Trojans. And you got to think, they're kind of selling out for the run. You got to throw.
They are, but the one time that they did try to run a screen here, Liberty was very disciplined and was able to turn it into a loss of yardage.
Back to throw. It'll be underneath Noel, behind him, and it's incomplete. So Liberty will get the ball back here. Ryan Graves struggling here offensively.
And that was the right idea there. They threw the slant, which is a perfect way to run it there, but he threw the slant behind him. Luckily, the corner was sort of running with him and not behind him like most corners are on a slant. Otherwise, that would have been a pick 6.
I would not be surprised if at some point we see Ethan Miller in there at quarterback. He played some last year, and I would not be shocked to see him. And a good punt there. And Ethan Strike tried to return the punt and was just absolutely just demolished by 2 Park Hill special teamers.
And Henriksen, the senior punter, he uncorked a long one down there and really flipped the field there. Great job by him.
He wasn't even the punter last year. They had a senior last year that was punting for him. So Liberty will have the ball at their own 14-yard line, 1st and 10. In the gun, Roush going to hand it off to Lowry. Lowry tries to cut to the near side and is cut down. And that looked like that was Hayden Wallace.
And Hayden Wallace with that club on his right arm got in and made that stop and made sure he only held him to a 2-yard gain.
So it'll be, let's see, there you got 10 minutes to play here in this first half, and what's been a pretty fast pace here first quarter. Back to throw Roush to the near side to be caught there. That's Jacob Brown. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about 4 or 5 here for the Blue Jays. Leading 3-0 here as we just crossed the 10-minute mark here in this first half. Thank you for joining us here on 810varsity.com. I'm Nathan Kendall, my partner Matt Moon. Seeing a much different ball game than we had last week.
Now, last week we had a ton of scoring, not a lot of defense. This week it's been the opposite so far. A lot of defense, very good defense too. I mean, this isn't like offense ineptitude. This is like D-lines and linebackers blitzing on every down and making pressure and keeping offenses from being able to do anything they want to do.
Roush will be stopped short of the first down anyway, but there's a flag down. That'll be probably a holding here on Liberty. I'll be interested to see at halftime, see what the penalty numbers look like in this ball game. It's not been pretty for either side.
If I'm Park Hill, I go ahead and just decline this. Decline it, you make it 4th down.
They're trying to decide, it looks like.
No, he went ahead and accepted.
Push him back. So
I mean, it's not like the offenses have been able to do anything, but why give them another chance when you could have just made it 4th down at that point and forced them to punt?
So just a quick look at the 810 varsity scoreboard. Lee Summit North 7-0 lead. Fort Osage with a 7-0 lead on Lee Summit West. Lee Summit 14, Belton 7. Platte County 14, Park Hill South nothing. Staley up the middle on that carry. Staley and Kearney tied at 7. Maryville all over Harrisonville in the first quarter, 16-0.
Harrisonville, one of those teams that this year is having to reload, essentially rebuild, because they're coming off of a couple years where they were very good. This year they had a lot of seniors graduate, and so this year's sort of a step back for that program.
Yeah, and I mean, it's never a fun trip. They headed up to Maryville to play at the Hound Pound. That's never a fun trip for anybody to go play at that place. And it's going to be another punt off the side of his foot. That ball lands in the crowd here just underneath us. So Park Hill, it's almost as good as a blocked punt. They'll have the ball at the Liberty 17-yard line. And so, I mean, at this point, you've got to think if you're the Park Hill Trojans, you got to get points here no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not much you can say about these special teams for either team. They haven't been too special. And I don't know what they're doing with the auditioning punters. They might want to try to find another person, or maybe go with the pooch punt that they had, earlier.
Exactly. Ryan Graves stays in the game at quarterback for the Park Hill Trojans, and he'll throw a little bubble screen out here to the far side. That's, I believe, Jalen Noel, who is down inside the 5 to the 4. Jalen Noel with a big play there. That's what he does. Is he makes those kind of plays out of really nothing. They're going to hand it off up the middle. That's Gathright, and he's going to get stopped. He'll get about a yard. Looks like to about the 3. The second down and goal. So they'll mark him no gain. They'll actually back him up to the 4. So second down and goal from the 4. Looking to the sideline for the signals. I wouldn't be shocked to see a jet sweep here at some point with Noel. They're going to throw a little screen. Oh, fake screen. Fumble on the play, and Liberty will recover the ball. Ryan Graves, just getting too cute. If you're Park Hill, you're getting too cute on the offensive side of the ball.
If I'm Coach Hood, I have to have a talk with the offensive line to figure that out, because no one blocked the linebacker once again, and he came straight into the backfield and hit their quarterback and forced that fumble. Looked like that time it was Robert Hayden again, just untouched to the quarterback.
And if you're the Liberty coaches to the right of us, they don't look happy, but you gotta think. You got to be real happy with how this is going so far for your Liberty Blue Jays. As the whistle blown, looks like not quite sure what's going on. Somebody's coming off here to the near side. That's number 24, Jameel Burns. You know, he was running off over here. He doesn't look like he's no 6'4", 215.
I'm not really sure why they have him, had him stop the play.
Off Lowry, cut down there. Park Hill, and he was hit pretty good there by the club of Hayden Wallace. And so it's first down for the Blue Jays here. Coming off to the near side is number 54, Jawan Grant. That's a big boy, 5'11", 315. It's not a small man. Deep ball down the sideline. It'll be caught. Lowry may go the distance. 20, 15, 10, 5. Going to the house. Jack Lowry. 83-yard touchdown pass from Alex Roush to Jack Lowry. And Liberty finds the end zone, and it is a 9-0 Liberty Blue Jays.
And wow, what a strike there. Finally, they were able to connect on that pass as they hit Lowry in stride, and he had just gotten past the defender, and no one was around. And so great job there, great play call, and great execution by that offense, and puts them up possibly 10-0 here after the PAT.
They just put Lowry down here by himself as a wide receiver, and there was one-on-one coverage, and he beat his man immediately off the line of scrimmage, and Roush knew to throw that. And he hit him in stride, and Lowry did the rest, showing off some speed. Extra point is up, and it is good. So with 6:44 to play here in this first half, Liberty with the 10-0 lead on Park Hill. So we'll take a break and be back after this on 810varsity.com.
Whether it be auto, home, life, umbrella, small business, or specialty coverages, Jeff Watt of Farmers Insurance looks forward to helping you make a wise decision for your future. Jeff's been a long-time resident of Liberty and is happy to answer any questions you might have. Give Jeff a call at 816-792-1415 or visit farmersagent.com/jwatt. Jeff Watt of Farmers Insurance, a proud supporter of the Liberty community and athletics.
We're back here on 810varsity.com. While I got the chance, I'll run down the scoreboard right quick. Lee Summit North 14, St. Joe Central nothing. Fort Osage still leads 7-0 on Lee Summit West. Lee Summit 14, Belton 7. Liberty North 21, Truman nothing. William Crispin 10, North Kansas City nothing. Smithville 14, Ruskin nothing. Grandview 8, Green Valley 7. Rockhurst 7, Blue Springs nothing. Odessa 20, Clinton nothing. Webb City leads Joplin 14, or is tied with Joplin 14 all. Just a quick look over on the Kansas side. Blue Valley leads St. Thomas Aquinas 7-0. Olathe North 14, Olathe East 7. Free State all over Olathe West in their first high school football game, 20-0. So here we go, set to kick it away. Will be Grant Ross. At this point, if you're Park Hill, you need to get a score here on this drive, or you've got major issues on this offensive side of the ball. So they'll boot it away, and it'll be a little short, just a little bouncer, and it's going to be stay on the ground. And the ball's still on the floor. Who's going to have it? Liberty's saying they have the football, and they do! Liberty recovers the pooch kick and has the ball at the Park Hill 26-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, this is something right here. I mean, things in the last few minutes for Park Hill have just gone down dramatically. They were really close to going in for a touchdown. Then a few plays later, they give up the touchdown. And now on the kickoff, the ball falls in between the up man and the returner. And the returner just couldn't get his hands on it. And Liberty now has perfect field position at the 26-yard line.
So definitely halftime for Coach Josh Hood is not going to be fun. If you're a Park Hill player, it's not going to be a fun halftime speech to throw a Roush and go underneath. Wide oh! It's an incomplete pass, but
Hayden Wallace lit him up. He is a hitter.
That was tight end Joe Charest over the middle. Roush just kind of left him out to dry, and he took a shot from Hayden Wallace. The Park Hill fans down in front of us, they wasn't a fumble there, but clearly did not have control of the football. Now they're going to hand this ball off up the middle. That's Nathan Gray, backup running back.
Cole Grenier came up and made the stop. He has a club on his left hand. Very interesting when you see two inside linebackers, and one inside linebacker has a club on his right hand, the other one has it on his left hand. Makes you wonder exactly what's going on at practice.
And so here we go, third down and about 4 here. They're going to hand it off to Gray again, and he's going to get close to the first down. It's all going to depend on the marker, but I would assume they would go for it here on 4th and short.
Well, Hayden Wallace again on the stop. He's coming downhill, and he held him a yard short here, and really now puts a big decision on the Liberty coaches. Do you go for the field goal, or do you try against this staunch defense to try to pick up this 1 yard?
Coach Chad Frijon has a decision to make here. And it looks like they're all set to go for it. Roush with Gray next to him in the backfield. And movement up front. They're trying to get him and draw him off sides. And it's going to go back. That will go against Liberty. And so now it's even more of a decision. Do you trust your field goal kicker to try to put one in, or do you go for it anyway and trust your Elite 81 quarterback, Alex Roush?
And you're looking at, let's see, you're looking at probably a 43-yarder, high school. I probably wouldn't try it here. I'd try to go with your offense, see if you can get something, get that first down.
Russ? they don't have stats for field goals last year. So, but Ross did kick some last year, and they're going to go for it. Roush outside. It's going to be really, really close to a first down. And they're going to mark him short. It's going to be Park Hill football standing tall. That Park Hill defense, and the Trojans will have the football, first down and 10 from their own 17-yard line.
A mental mistake was what it cost them there. They don't get that
didn't run the
false
route
start
far enough, too. You got to run that route about 7 yards and come back, not 5 and come back. That's where it really came back to bite them. And so Park Hill will see if they can get something going on offense as Ryan Graves stays in the game at quarterback. Here with 4:51 to play first half, Graves will hand it off. And met at the line, maybe even less, was Corey Bradford.
He just has nowhere to run. The defensive line all night has been in the backfield as soon as the running back gets the ball. And again, it happened there, and they drop him for a 1-yard loss.
You look at the man in the middle of that, number 79, Isaiah Hall, 5'10", 315. He's a load, and they're not getting any push. Be a little flip-out pass, but only going to get about 2 yards. And so it's going to be third down. We'll give them about 3. It'll be third down and 8.
Yeah, and Isaiah Hall, we were talking about just a second ago, at 5'10", 315, he is taking up 2 to 3 blockers every single time, which allows his defensive ends to then take on the tackles and leaves those outside linebackers just flying in there to make stops.
If you're Park Hill, you need a play here. Graves to throw. Got a hold of him, and he is sacked. Number 52, that's Matthew Henning, a sophomore, coming off the edge, sacking Ryan Graves. So Park Hill's going to have to punt the football away again. Colby Hendrickson will be the punter here, the senior. You just got to be wondering what's going on there on offense for Park Hill. And it's going to be an offsides on Liberty. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone. And so that's Park Hill will move up 5 yards and have a little bit more room to punt this football away. Henriksen already had one punt blocked today. And back to return, they've got a couple guys back there, does Liberty. Snap in and gets it away. It's a line drive punt taken at up the 40-yard line and immediately met. That's what happens when you bring the house every time they punt. There's going to be no return at all. When you've got 5 guys running down the field all by themselves, nothing good's going to come of that return. So the Liberty Blue Jays will have the ball at their own 44-yard line. First down and 10, 3:06 to play here in this first half. Liberty 10, Park Hill nothing. They're going a triple stack here to the near side, double stack to the far side. Watch for a screen. They're going to look to throw. Roush is going to run. Not much room to go. He'll get about 3 yards. And it'll be a second down and about 7 for the Liberty Blue Jays. In the shotgun, we got trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Roush takes the snap, going to hand it off. It's going to be Lowry. Lowry finds some space. Got the first down into Park Hill territory. They'll mark him at about the 41-yard line. And that's what's going to happen when you play defense for as long as they have. Lowry's going to start finding some holes. And
yeah, 3 and outs are going to keep your defense on the field longer, and it's going to be tougher as the game goes along if you're not able to continue that high intensity that you had in the first quarter.
Still the 3-down lineman. About a 3-3-5 set here for Park Hill to throw his Roush. Pump fakes. down the sideline. Almost intercepted, but a flag is down. It'll either be on the offense or that call will go on the defense because the corner
They had
there.
their hands on, both players were hand fighting, so.
But you ended up seeing the wide receiver completely 2 hands out and knocked whoever the corner is on that side, just knocked him to the ground. And so we'll see what the call will be. Actually, it looks like holding. Yeah, they're going to go holding on Park Hill.
On to Sean Powell.
The coach here on the near side, not real thrilled about that call. And so it's going to be 1st down and 10. Lowry now split here to the near side of the field. They're going with 2 running backs on the field. Lowry here to the near side, and then in the backfield, that's Nathan Gray. 10-yard penalty, 1st down, so it'll be 1st down and 10 at the 31-yard line for the Liberty Blue Jays. Like I said, Lowry split down here by himself to the near side. Gonna hand it off to Gray. Gray is finally cut down as he goes down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 7 upcoming for the Liberty Blue Jays here with 1:50 to play here in this first half. You can see it right there on the bottom of your screen. Liberty 10, Park Hill nothing. Kind of an upset brewing here from Preston Field here at Park Hill High School.
I think there was a lot more expected of Park Hill, and so far they just have not performed well. And I think a lot of it comes back to, you lost a lot of talent from last year. So obviously there's going to be a little bit of drop-off. I don't think they quite thought it was going to be that much drop-off. It looks like Liberty's going to go ahead and call a timeout.
Timeout Liberty. And so this, if you're Park Hill coach Josh Hood, you got to think about maybe making a change at quarterback. Your offense is going nowhere with, I hate to say it, for Ryan Graves, who's waited all this time to finally get a chance to play quarterback, but he's not getting it done tonight. And last week it was a struggle.
Yeah, I think you'd sort of have to see if maybe you can get a spark out of your other quarterbacks, see if you can find something. That would be tough on Ryan Graves, especially in the home opener, to lose your spot. But, sometimes as a head coach, you got to make the tough decisions. And who's to say that Ryan Graves might not learn something from this, and the next time he does get to play, he comes out and has a little bit more poise and also has a better go of it.
Well, because you're seeing the same thing that happened to him last week. Got shut out in the first half and then scored 21 in the second half against a very, very good Lee Summit West team. And their defense gave up 34. And this defense has been, about as good as you can expect. Roush, free rusher, and he gets away, and he is absolutely just eaten alive. That was number 24, Jameel Burns. And I couldn't quite tell who the other defender was, but they hit him high and low. So it's 3rd down, about 9 here. A stop here for Park Hill would be a key. I would assume probably 2-down territory for Liberty, no matter what here. Man in motion. Roush is going to fake a handoff, throw a little swing pass out here to Lowry. Lowry, 1st down, more inside 10, 5 to the house, touchdown, Liberty Blue Jays.
And that was just a missed tackle there by Anthony Reyes. He came over to try to catch him in the flat. He missed the tackle, and it led to a wide-open touchdown.
Jack Lowry with a big game receiving today. That now his 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game.
He has over 100 yards.
And he's, well over 100 yards. And he came into the game. 1 catch for 33 yards on the year. Which, that's just one game, but still. Snap back, kick up, and it is right down the middle. And so with 40 seconds to play here in this first half, Liberty 17, Park Hill nothing. The number 13 team in the 8-10 varsity top 25 is in trouble as we approach halftime here from Park Hill High School. So we'll take a break here on 810varsity.com and come back with the conclusion of this first quarter after this, or first half after this on 810varsity.com.
Did you know there are tutors available to help boost students' potential and help them shine on college entrance exams? That's right. With College Tutors, students are matched with tutors that fit their unique learning styles and educational needs. Flexible and focused, the College Tutors Learning Center has the resources necessary to improve testing scores. Contact College Tutors for a trained tutor today and excel when it matters most. Call 816-256-5.
Welcome back here on 810varsity.com. If you're just tuning in, this score is right. The number 13 team in the 810 varsity top 25 this week, the Park Hill Trojans, trail the Liberty Blue Jays 17-0 here with 40 seconds to play here in this first half. And it's been all Liberty.
And if things don't change around for Park Hill, I wouldn't be surprised if 810 varsity drops them all the way out of the top 25 this next week.
I
mean, yes, after 2 weeks might be a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but right now they have no offense. And
that ball's on the turf again. It looks like Park Hill was able to recover it this time.
And the special teams just have not been very good for them.
Number 40, Michael Quigley, having a little trouble here tonight. He had the one go right over his head. That was recovered by Liberty previously, and then that one slipped right through his hands. And so we'll see what Park Hill decides to do here with 36 seconds to play in the first half. 2 timeouts for the Trojans.
We would like to get something positive going in this to end this half.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to go score, but if you can get down there a little bit, have a chance to throw a ball up and maybe make a play. I know it's a whole different ball game when you don't have that receiver that you can just chuck it up to. And Graves on a read option is going nowhere. That is, you know who's been living in the backfield tonight. That is Robert Hayden making yet another tackle in the backfield. As the clock continues to roll, that could be the end of the first half. They're going to run another play. Graves, little swing pass out. That's Jalen Noel. Noel up the sideline will be bumped out of bounds with 3 seconds to play. I believe that was Noel. Yep, Jalen Noel with that short catch there went out of bounds. And it's 3rd and 5. This will be the final play of the first half, unless there's a defensive penalty. So they get the signal in at 10 seconds on the play clock. 3rd down and 6 for Park Hill. Snap back to Graves. Stepping up in the pocket, going to throw in short. The catch made, play. I mean, they got across midfield with a good pass and good play, but a flag is down. And so we'll see what this might be. And Park Hill's offensive line, some of their guys are coming off the field, and it looks like an offensive penalty, so everybody's headed to the locker rooms here. After one half of play here from Park Hill High School, Liberty 17, Park Hill nothing. But Liberty's headed to the locker room. Not quite sure what's going on as Park Hill's staying on the field. Liberty is heading up to the locker room right now, as we await the signal before we go to our halftime break here on 810varsity.com.
So it looks like they're going to go ahead and say that there was personal foul, and I think it was on both sides. They're going to call, and I think he's going to say you just offsetting.
Offsetting personal foul penalties, and then So that will be
It'll be halftime.
it's halftime. So
But they're still talking about it. I don't know what they're talking about because nothing can happen at this point.
could be
Both teams
trying
are
to
gone.
figure out if there's a possibility of I don't know, punch thrown, something along those lines that could see somebody leave the game.
I think they're talking about that right now. I think they're making sure that nobody threw any punches. Just want to make sure no one gets kicked out of this ball game.
So all the Park Hill coaches will stay on the field. Liberty coaches are down here to our right as so it looks like they're prepared to signal whatever happened. The signal is nothing. As they're just kind of waiting. The clock has not started for halftime. Very confused about what's going on, as it just looks like they're headed to the locker rooms. The Park Hill coaches are headed to the locker rooms, but the White Hat is staying on the field.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it's probably halftime at this point.
So with that, we'll take a break here at halftime of the game here at Park Hill. 17-0 Liberty. We'll come back here. We'll thank our sponsors here shortly and come back with some first half statistics after this on 810varsity.com.
Did you know there are tutors available to help boost students' potential and help them shine on college entrance exams? That's right. With College Tutors, students are matched with tutors that fit their unique learning styles and educational needs. Flexible and focused, the College Tutors Learning Center has the resources necessary to improve testing scores. Contact College Tutors for a trained tutor today and excel when it matters most. Call 816-256-5907 or visit collegetutors.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
Whether it be auto, home, life, umbrella, small business, or specialty coverages, Jeff Watt of Farmers Insurance looks forward to helping you make a wise decision for your future. Jeff's been a long-time resident of Liberty and is happy to answer any questions you might have. Give Jeff a call at 816-792-1450.
For the best gourmet pizza in the Northland, don't look any farther than Stone Canyon Pizza in Parkville. Locally owned and operated since 1995, Stone Canyon's pizzas are made to order from the freshest ingredients. Visit either location for lunch or an enjoyable evening in downtown Parkville or the Zona Rosa location across from Barnes & Noble. And of course, visit anytime at StoneCanyonPizza.com. Stone Canyon Pizza, a fixture in Parkville and proud supporter of Park Hill and Park Hill South athletics.
Enjoy the beginning of the journey. Present tonight's performance, Demon Posers. Drum majors, Evan Erickson, Alan Dykus, and John Boyd. Was the band ready? Trojan Band, the field is yours.
We're back here at halftime of 8-10 varsity game here between the Liberty Blue Jays and the Park Hill Trojans. Liberty is all over Park Hill South, or Park Hill, sorry. 17-0 here early on in this here at halftime. As I'm trying to pull up some stats for us here in this ball game. Here as our stats here at halftime are as follows. For Liberty, first of all, Alex Roush, 7 of 14 for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. On the ground, they're led by Nathan Gray, 5 carries, 22 yards. And also Jack Lowry, 4 carries for 13 yards. In receiving, Jack Lowry, 2 catches.
One more time for the Trojan Marching Band. The Trojan Marching Band staff includes band director Scotty Haskell and David Potter, percussion instructors Brian Burningame and Caleb Fankhauser, keyboard instructors Chelsea Mogg and Addison Carroll.
All right, welcome back here at halftime of our game here at Park Hill High School here. The Liberty Blue Jays with a 17-0 lead here on Park Hill. Stat leaders first for the Liberty Blue Jays. Alex Roush, 7 of 14 for 140 yards. 2 touchdown passes to go with those 140 yards. On the ground, Nathan Gray, 5 carries for 22 yards, and Jack Lowry, 4 carries for 13 yards to lead the rushing stats here for Liberty. And now, the receiving. This is where it gets good. Jack Lowry, 2 catches for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. That is an average of 56.5 yards per catch. Not a bad average there for the running back for Liberty. Then from there, Michael Book, 3 catches, 17 yards. Evan Strike, 1 catch for 6 yards, and Jacob Brown, 1 catch for 4 yards. And then we'll flip it over to the Park Hill side of things. Ryan Graves, 5 of 6 passing for 48 yards. Jalen Knoll, 1 catch for 9 yards, or 1 rush for 9 yards. Joe Webb, 1 rush for 6 yards. Javion Gathright, 5 rushes for 3 yards. Corey Bradford, 4 for -3. And Ryan Graves, 8 for -15. Through the air, 2 catches for 27 yards for Peyton Stanfield. Jalen Knoll, 3 catches for 21 yards to lead Park Hill. And overall, the statistics, it's pretty ugly here for Park Hill. First for Liberty, 26 plays for 173 yards. Time of possession, 9:31. 12 carries, 33 yards, and of course those 140 yards through the air. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Just the 1 turnover for Liberty. Third down conversions 2 for 8. And penalty yardage 5 for 35 for Liberty. And then punts, 2 for 11 yards on punts for Liberty. For Park Hill, 25 plays for 48 yards. Time of possession, though, is in their favor, 13:49. And then rushing, 19 attempts for 0 yards. And 5 completions for 48 yards. 2 fumbles lost in the game for the Park Hill Trojans. 1 for 8 on third downs, 3 for 25 on penalties. So that's our statistics there in this game tonight. Then we will run over to the 8-10 varsity scoreboard here tonight as it reloads for me. Lee Summit North leads 28-0 on St. Joe Central. I don't know whether there's just no score reported or what. Ray Peck and Blue Springs South are tied at 0 according to the scoreboard. Fort Osage 12, Lee Summit West nothing. That's an interesting score there. Lee Summit West, who knocked off this Park Hill team last week. Lee Summit 21, Belton 10. Liberty North, they're getting on the healthy side. They're 35-0 on Truman. Liberty North does come here next week to face off with this Park Hill Trojan Ball Club. Platte County 32, Park Hill South nothing. Platte County putting on a good show there up in Platte City. Staley and Kearney tied at 7, and what's a very intriguing score there. Raytown 7, Oak Park nothing. North Kansas City now all over William Chrisman, 27-7. Smithville 14, Ruskin nothing. Grain Valley 10, Grandview 8. Raytown South 13, Winnetonka 7. Rockhurst 7, Blue Springs nothing. That's our main scores there. Now Maryville all over Harrisonville as well, 22-0. On the Kansas side, Aquinas 21, Blue Valley 14. Some Mill Valley 14, Blue Valley West 10. Just those are the main scores to look at right now. Meanwhile, here we're about ready to start the second half as Park Hill will start on defense as they receive the football to start the ball game and immediately stalled out. So Liberty will start on offense as Park Hill needs to, they need to force a turnover early on and deepen those territory down there. They need to get the ball and try to get on the board quick.
Well, and definitely they need to make sure that they cover better on the outside. I mean, twice now Jack Lowry has just gotten away from them, and it's led to 2 scores. If they would just cover him, they would be in good position. The defensive line is getting a lot of pressure, but they just both times lost contain of where Jack Lowry was, and both times he make them pay.
So now, I'm intrigued to see what Park Hill does here in the second half. See if there's a change on the offensive side. Maybe go with the sophomore at quarterback, Ethan Miller, who they did go with last week at one point there in that game against Lee Summit West. As while we got this opportunity, we'll just kind of talk about who these teams got next week. Park Hill, of course, like I mentioned, they got Liberty North coming here to face off with them next Friday night. And then Liberty, they'll head home to take on the Truman Patriots in what's a winnable game there for Liberty. So depending on how this finishes up, this could be a fun start a little winning streak here. So here we go, Park Hill. Now, at this point, I wouldn't be one bit shocked if they flick a little onside kick out there and go get the ball. So here we go to kick it away is number 16, Jackson Austin, a 6'4" kicker. It's not often you see a kicker like that. And they will, a little pooch kick, and it's going to be a fair catch called for and taken at the 24-yard line. And that's where Liberty will take over, first down and 10. Here as we're just starting the second half here from Park Hill High School. Preston Field here at Park Hill High School. And if you're just joining us, this score that you're seeing on your screen right now, yeah, it's right. Liberty has just controlled the game and outplayed this Park Hill team just completely and lead this game 17-0 in the shotgun. They're going to hand it off, and that play is going to go nowhere for, couldn't quite tell who that was getting the ball there. Loss of 2 yards, and so it'll be second down and 12. And the shotgun, man in motion, is Nathan Gray. They're going to fake a handoff, roll out. We're going to hit Gray on the near side. Gets up across the 30, about the 31-yard line. A well-designed play. They're on that little play-action pass there. And so it'll be third down and 4. A big third down here for the Park Hill defense. They get a stop, get the ball back. As I mentioned, Liberty, 2 punts for 11 yards on the day. So you force a punt, you got to like your chances to have good field position. Lowry in the backfield next to Roush. Man in motion. It's going to be Gray. Comes set. They're going to fake the handoff, throw it out there to Gray.
Nice one-handed grab by Gray there.
And he's going to be cut down. Looks like short. Nathan. And so it's going to be fourth down and 1 here. Early here in the second half. 10-20 to play here in this third quarter. And Park Hill's defense needs to stand tall here as Liberty's going to go for it here on fourth down and 1. In the gun, they got 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. They're going to hand it off. It's going to be a first down and more for Gray. And Liberty moves the chains there on fourth down and 1.
And that was just a Park Hill brought a blitz up the middle, and unfortunately it blitzed the wrong gap and opened up a hole there, and he was able to get a first down.
Yeah, that's the risk you take when you bring a blitz. If you pick the wrong gap, that play could go for, it could be a big play, or it could be just one of those little short first down runs. Up to the 39-yard line, first down for the Blue Jays. Man in motion, they're going to throw. They look there to the far side, a flag down and a sack. Number 7, Cole Gonier with the sack, but a flag down will be a holding going back against Liberty. Looks like may have grabbed a hold of Johnny Wilson as he was trying to get into the backfield. So they'll discuss whether they take the penalty or not. So, I mean, the officials have had a lot of conferences trying to figure out some of these calls today. But nonetheless, it's going to be a holding penalty. It's going to go from, it looks like, the line of scrimmage. And so the decision will have to be made as Park Hill coach is...
It's already first down, so just take the penalty. I don't know what we're conversing on here.
take the penalty or take the sack, and it'll bring up second and about. Probably trying to figure out where the spot of the ball would be after a on the sack.
Oh my gosh.
Here with 9:29 to play. As you see, here Hayden Wallace trying to say he was back there at the 30-yard line where I pulled him down. You can see it. They're trying to figure out. So Park Hill, they'll decline the penalty and make it 2nd down and 15 here for the Liberty Blue Jays, which, I mean, I'm not exactly sure why they would not accept that. Back to throw, Roush. He's looking at Lowry, and it's going to be a little draw, and he is absolutely destroyed. He slid down.
He was starting to slide, so.
Yeah, so it was a clean hit still, but any quicker, then I think that would have been some big trouble there. 3rd down and 12 upcoming here for the Liberty Blue Jays. Park Hill needs a stop here. The crowd is very quiet right now. So the game clock has been running this whole time, but the play clock hasn't moved. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. The game clock continues to run, and they just now start the play clock.
If you're Park Hill, you have to be upset here. I mean,
they're down
just
here.
Ran
they are
almost a minute off because of a clock issue.
And their coach is right there trying to tell them they need to add like 30 or 40 seconds back to the clock. As they take a timeout. Did they take a timeout, or they? It didn't look like they were going to signal a timeout for him.
Well, no, it would have been a running clock because it was a running play.
Yeah,
and he got
they
hit.
were trying to figure out why they didn't start the play clock or anything like that. As they continue to try to figure out what's going on. This is
looks like they reset the clock back to 8:41.
8:41. That seems about right. It ran a lot longer than that, but that seems fair. So it'll be 3rd and 12 here for the Blue Jays of Liberty, leading this game 17-0 with 8:41 to play here in this 3rd quarter. Man in motion. Comes set. They're going to throw a little screen pass out to the left. That's Lowry. Lowry will be forced out of bounds, and he was knocked to the ground there on the sideline. You can see the coaches across the way throwing their hands up saying flag. But it'll be a 4th down, and it'll be punt formation, so Park Hill offense will get out on the field looking for a spark offensively. Jalen Noel goes back to return along with Antonio McCullough, the safety. And is a short little punt and nearly a fumble of McCullough. McCullough gets here to the near side. Antonio McCullough up the sideline, cuts back. He's brought down at about the 26-yard line, but a flag is down. And so probably a block in the back. It looks like that's where it's where it's headed, it'll probably send them back. Yeah, they'll call a holding on the Trojans. So a big play there negated slightly by a holding penalty that didn't look like it was really needed.
Still going to have great field position here.
You got to take advantage if you're the Park Hill Trojans. You need to get a score here, as they're going to stay with quarterback Ryan Graves. But you need to go get a score here to have really any shot at this point. First and 10 from the 45-yard line. That's where Park Hill will have the football. First down and 10. Trips to the far side of the field. In the backfield, it looks like Gathright. Now man in motion, that's Stanfield. They're going to give it to him on a jet sweep. Peyton Stanfield gets around the edge, and is finally pulled down up near the 40-yard line. So it'll be second, they'll mark it at the 41, it'll be second down and 6 upcoming for the Trojans. Second and 6. Here we go. Graves takes a snap, throwing a little swing pass out here to the near side. That's Joe Webb. Joe Webb up the sideline. Spin move inside the 30. They'll mark him about the 28-yard line. And a good play there to get Joe Webb out in space. The 5'11", 185-pound senior wide receiver, as you mentioned, was a part of a pretty big-time receiving corps there just a couple years back. And even last year. In the shotgun, got 3 wide to the far side of the field. Graves will throw it to that side now. Jalen Noel is finally bumped out of bounds. It'll be close to the first down. Looks like they'll give it to him. And what are you noticing different about this Park Hill offense here already here early in this second half?
They're getting the ball out quickly, and they're getting into the hashes and then letting their athletes actually do some work. Whereas earlier they were really slow and they were staying in the middle. The Liberty linebackers aren't able to get back there quick as he's getting the ball out.
And so that time an offsides or an encroachment penalty would be 5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 5 for the Trojans. Then they did the same type of thing last week. Why don't you just start with that? Instead of trying your just regular stuff that you ran early, start with the quick stuff because it's clearly working. Graves throwing it up. He's got 2 receivers, and it's dropped. Incomplete. He had 2 receivers just open, and you can't tell who that was that had it go just through his hands as he jumped. Didn't need to jump for that football, and it falls incomplete. Second down and 5. It looks like Jalen Noel, the Elite 81 wide receiver, will be a handoff. Down close to the 5. It'll be a first down. First and goal for the Park Hill Trojans as they're marching right down the field. Javion Gathright with his best carry of the ball game. And it's first and goal at the 5. In the pistol set, Gathright behind him. They're going to hand it to him, and he's hit. But he fights forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage. That again looked like one of those plays that, if it was a read option, he made the wrong read. If you're Graves, you got to pull that and take it around the edge.
And Robert Hayden is crashing hard every single time. They got to figure out some way to use that as a disadvantage.
If they can get Graves into open space, he's got some speed. Led them in rushing last week. And it's going to be a throw. Graves, back shoulder, it's caught, but it's going to be at about the 2-yard line, 1 or 2 yard line. Not really. He didn't get that. Well, the route was ran not even into the end zone. Little comeback route, back shoulder throw, and it was a completion. They'll mark him at the 2. 3rd and goal at the 2. You got to take 2 down territory for sure here for the Park Hill Trojans. They're going to bring a man in motion, going to fake it. Little swing pass. Looks like a run. Pulled down and knocked down. Joe Webb couldn't shake free. That ended up, it looked like being a backwards pass. So I would call that just a little carry there for the Trojans, for Joe Webb.
I mean, and this is the ball game. You want to make it competitive, you got to score here. And you have to get 7. You can't get 3 at this point. You're down to 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. You got to do something.
In the pistol set. Nearly gets somebody to jump. It's 4th and goal from about the 3-yard line. Down to 5 on the play clock. Shifts his man to the left side of him. Graves takes a snap. Looking to throw. Rolling out. Under a lot of pressure. Gets free. Ryan Graves. 10-5 Huss. Touchdown, Park Hill. Touchdown, Trojans. Ryan Graves gets the Trojans on the board. Rolled to his right, had to escape the pocket, and got free and took it into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Trojans offense looked much better on that drive.
And Coach Hood has to get some credit there. He obviously made the changes at halftime that needed.
Smith's extra point is good. 4:59 to play, 3rd quarter. Liberty 17, Park Hill 7. And we'll take a break and be back after this on 810varsity.com.
When it comes to selling or buying land, commercial or residential property in the Kansas City metro area, turn to the Rucker Group at RE/MAX First Choice. We put our 55 years of client service to work for you. Keep you informed every step of the process by utilizing powerful industry, technology, and marketing strategies to achieve results. Veteran operated, we live here, play here, and have kids in the school district. We are your local experts. Whether it be auto, home, life, umbrella, small business, or specialty coverages, Jeff Watt of Farmers Insurance looks forward to helping you make a wise decision for your future. Jeff's been a long-time resident of Liberty and is happy to answer any questions you might have. Give Jeff a call at 816-792-1415 or visit farmersagent.com/jwatt. Jeff Watt of Farmers Insurance, a proud supporter of the Liberty community and athletics.
Welcome back here at 810varsity.com. I'm Nathan Kendall with my partner Matt Moon here. 4:59 to play here in quarter number 3. Park Hill gets on the board finally after a big defensive stop and a great drive to get it down the field and cut this Liberty lead to 10. 17-7. Kick is away, a little pooch kick. Fair catch called for and taken. Fair catch called for by Ethan Garcia. So Park Hill with a good drive there, and Liberty now with the football, their own 29-yard line. That's where they'll take over. 1st down and 10. Looking to get back going on offense. Roush hands it off. It's going to be Lowry, met and dropped.
Cole Gagne got in there in the backfield to make the stop.
Gain of nothing, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9 here for the Blue Jays offense. They're starting to eat up some of the clock here early here in this second half. They're starting to let some time run off a little bit here, and so Second down and 9. They're going to hand it to Lowry again. Lowry that would be Nathan Gray instead. So third down and 5 here. Third down and 5 here for the Liberty Blue Jays. Would not be surprised to see a little 5-yard hitch and pick up that first down. Roush in the shotgun. He's going to fake a handoff, roll to his left, and he's going to be sacked. He saw 3 guys running at him, including big defensive end, Johnny Wilson, and he just decided he was done. He's not going to take the hit on that. And so now they're going to have to punt the football back to the Trojans, leading by 10. Park Hill. They've got McCullough and Noel back to return the punt. Under 3 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Snap a little high, but it's going to be punted away off the side of his foot here, off to the near sideline. It's going to take a Liberty roll. And so the ball will go out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That's where Park Hill take over. First down and 10, 56 yards away from the end zone.
In good field position, too. I mean, still in really good field position. Better than you had in the first half.
And we'll see if they can continue their success that they just had on offense. Here we go. Graves has the ball in the shotgun. Man in motion's Noel. Jalen Noel. They're going to go with a short, quick out here. Just across the 50-yard line. David Supis with the catch, number 80. And picked up about 7 yards, and it'll be second down and 7. Staying in the sort of a shotgun type thing. Gonna hand it off up the middle, be close to the first down.
They just have not been able to get Bradford going tonight.
It's Corey Bradford again up the middle. 1 yard pickup, third and 2 for the Park Hill Trojans. In the shotgun, Bradford next to him. Graves, they look to the sideline to get the signals. Down to 10 on the play clock. Graves takes the snap. Another quick hitter there, and another first down, and a first down there. That's Subas again. Davis Subas with another catch and another good play there for Park Hill. They're down to the 38-yard line of Liberty. Back to throw, another quick hitter. This time, Joe Webb. Joe Webb with a big, good catch there inside the 30. Mark him at the 26-yard line. First down for Park Hill.
And Liberty right now is on their heels. They just really are. They're not able to get any pressure at this point because the ball's coming out so fast.
Man in motion's Webb. They're going to not hand him the ball. They're going to give it to Bradford again. He gets about a yard or two. So it'll be second down, even about a yard. Second down and 9. Here with 1 minute to play, third quarter. Park Hill with a little bit of momentum here on the offensive side of the ball. Graves takes the snap out of the gun. Blitz off the edge. Deep ball, corner of the end zone. Just a little too far and out of bounds, so it'll be third down and 9. with 46 seconds to play here in this third quarter.
That was a great ball, though, and Peyton Stanfield was just a whisker away from making that catch.
Here we go. 46 seconds to play, third quarter. Graves trips to the far side of the field. Trips to Graves' right. Back to throw. It's going to be a screen. Perfectly set up, and it's Bradford tripped up as he gets down inside the 20. And they'll mark him down just a couple yards short. And, I mean, if I was Park Hill, I'd be going for it right here.
And that was actually a very good play because it shortens up the distance here, and now you can think about whether you need it. You can go for a field goal, whereas before you probably would have gone for it.
Looks like the field goal unit will come in. Trey Smith. No, check that. Be number 3, Colby Heinrichsen, on to kick the field goal with 5 on the clock. They've got to hurry. They've got to go. And they don't get it off. They do not get it off. And they would be kicking with the wind on that. And now they're going to have to kick the field goal into the wind. So now it's the question of, will they do it? Kick in that direction.
I think the quarter ran out before the other clock. So, yeah, now you got to think about it. Maybe a timeout there wouldn't have been the worst thing.
And so we'll take a break here. Be back after this on 810varsity.com.
For the best gourmet pizza in the Northland, don't look any farther than Stone Canyon Pizza in Parkville. Locally owned and operated since 1995, Stone Canyon's pizzas are made to order from the freshest ingredients. Visit either location for lunch or an enjoyable evening in downtown Parkville or the Zona Rosa location across from Barnes & Noble. And of course, visit anytime at StoneCanyonPizza.com. Stone Canyon Pizza, a fixture in Parkville and proud supporter of Park Hill and Park Hill South Athletics.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out.
Welcome back here at 810varsity.com. Decision time here as the quarter ended. It looks like they are going to go for it here on 4th down and 2 here for the Park Hill Trojans. Trailing 17-7.
I would think about running with your quarterback here. That seemed to have worked on the last drive.
They have the clock set for 15 minutes. That's not right. And the referees don't see it. It's going to be Graves right up the gut. And a first down for Ryan Graves. As a helmet came off, that's Stanfield lost his helmet. So first down Trojans. First down at the 15-yard line. As one of the referees finally does see that the clock is set wrong.
There you go. They've reset it. So now at 11:56 left in the ball game.
It's first down and 10 at the 15-yard line. Graves pump fakes and he'll just try to get forward. Oh, and he does. Gets just a few yards.
And I don't know where this Graves came from because in the first half, the kid had very poor pocket awareness, and he also looked like he was under pressure all first half. Here in the second half, he's making little moves. He's sidestepping defenders, and he looks like a totally different quarterback.
He got 3 yards on that carry. Noel in motion. They're going to hand this to Gathright. Gathright down near the 5-yard line. Looks like he'll probably be just about a yard short of the first down. is Javion Gathright. And it's first down, or third down and about 2 for the Park Hill Trojans in the pistol set. Graves trying to get him jump off sides. Now it'll be a fake handoff. A throw nearly intercepted.
Got lucky there.
Nearly picked off by Robert Hayden, who's been all over the place tonight.
And that time there was pressure in the backfield, and he had to throw it quickly.
That looked like one of those little run-pass option type plays. It looked like could have been a run, but he saw something else. And
this is gutsy here. Right now, I would take the 3 points. You got 10 minutes left, but it looks like they're going to go for it. And if they do, probably on the feet of Graves.
In the gun. Oh, Stanfield motion. They're going to hand it to him. Cuts upfield. Going to get the first down inside the 5, inside the 5. Touchdown! Peyton Stanfield just fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Park Hill. 17-13. That was a gutsy call.
Well, now both times they've converted on 4th and 1 in order to score here. So at 10:43, we got a ball game again.
But you just gutsy call to run that little. And he missed the extra point, so it stays at a 4-point ball game. But that call there on offense to run the jet sweep instead of just running a simple ball, run up the middle, or Ryan Graves up the middle for that couple yards.
And really that play was made because Corey Bradford went out and got a hold of the linebacker and took him out of the play, making it so that all the receiver had to do at that point was make one man miss. He did, and he was able to make the touchdown.
With 10:43 to play here in this ball game, we got ourselves a ball game once again. From at one point down 17-0 to now down 17-13. Liberty needs a possession here on offense. They need a big possession here, and you got to get the ball into the hands of your playmaker. Your man Jack Lowry, he's got 2 touchdown catches tonight. You got to try to get him the ball in space once again. Here we go, 10:43 to play. 17-13, Liberty leads Park Hill. And to kick it away, they're going to boot it short. It's going to be a fair catch called for and taken.
26-yard line.
The 26. Robert Hayden calls for the fair catch. And so it'll be first down and 10 from the 26-yard line here for the Liberty Blue Jays. They need a big drive here. Go down, get some points. You get a field goal, it's a touchdown ball game.
You also got to run clock here.
They started doing that there in the third quarter. Man in motion, fake jet sweep. Now it's going to be a screen out to the right. That's strike. Bounces off and he trips up. The turf monster grabbed a hold of his foot at about the 40-yard line. Evan Strike, a perfectly designed screen pass. Get the defense going to the left, and they get the quick hitter there to the right. And Evan Strike nearly took it to the house.
And that was a very good play call by Liberty, and like you said, he had plenty of blockers out in front, and unfortunately the turf monster got him.
So first down and 10 at the Park Hill 40. Big play there. Now on the gun is Roush. Gonna hand it to Lowry. Lowry to the right. Just quick enough. Spins off a hit, and he's finally forced down after about a gain of 2 yards. It's gonna be second down and about 8 coming up. Lowry looked like he had the edge for a second and then cut back and was hit hard there on the edge. Second down and 8. A couple substitutions in and out here for Liberty. With 9.5 to play here in this ball game. 4-point lead for the Liberty Blue Jays. In the gun, Roush. The play clock down to 3, 2, and they take the snap. Pump fake down the middle, wide open, it is nearly intercepted. If there's anybody but the man out there with a club on his hand.
And what a job, though, by Strife to go back and make the tackle to make sure that he doesn't pick that off.
Yeah, anybody out there that doesn't have a club on their hand, that ball is picked. And it would have been really bad territory there for Park Hill. They would have been down inside their own 10, having to start a possession there. And here we go, Liberty, 3rd down and 8 upcoming. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining in this ball game. We get down, we have 9:18 to play. Roush takes the snap, looking to throw. Rolling out to his right. Going to try to get out of the pocket. He is walloped in a flag down as he got out of bounds and was hit hard. Park Hill's been extremely close. Extremely close to some personal foul penalties, and that one got him there. And so that'll be 15 yards and a first down. And a flag down now in the secondary. Add another 15 to the end of that play for unsportsmanlike conduct on a Park Hill, one of the Park Hill players. At the end of the play, it'll probably be half the distance. And so they'll mark it. Let's see.
Probably at the 11-yard line here.
Yeah, right around the 11-yard line. That's where Liberty will have the ball. 1st and 10. If they can get a first down at the 1. So bad turns to worse for the Trojans as they pick up a personal foul on the sideline on the opposite side. And then in the middle of their defense, somebody said something and got themselves a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And so it'll be first down at the 11, as you just said. First down and 10 at the 11-yard line. Park Hill's defense needs to stand up here. Force a turnover. Really, at this point, you almost think this is guaranteed of points for Liberty. So here we go. They're going to hand it off. Gray hit at the line and dropped at the 10. They'll mark him at the 10. It's hit and dropped. And they'll give him a yard. 2nd down and 9. Now 2nd and 8. They'll mark it at the 9, actually. 2nd down and 8 from the 9. Park Hill needing to stop here to get the ball back. Trailing by 4 with 8.5 to play. In the gun, Roush. Back to throw. Screen pass to the near side. Lowry missed tackle there and ran down from the side. Guess who for Park Hill? Just their leading returning tackler, Hayden Wallace, making a big play to drop him at the 15-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down in about 13. In the shotgun, they're still running a little bit of clock off. Down under 8 minutes now. Lowry in the backfield next to Roush. 3 wide to the far side, 1 to the near. They're going to take the snap. Roush being chased, rolls out to his right. Still being chased, tossed it up, and it'll be caught. Touchdown! Roush makes an incredible play rolling to his right and hits. I can't even tell who that was. A touch.
Looks like Michael Book.
Michael Book makes the catch, and it's back to a 10-point ball game. Michael Book makes an incredible catch with a defender in his face. Snap back, kick up, and good. Liberty now leads 24-13. That play, though, by Roush. Alex Roush rolled out to his right and put it up for grabs. And the catch was made. And a big play there for Liberty to take a 2-possession lead. And so we'll take a break and be back after this on 810varsity.com.
You know there are tutors available to help boost students' potential and help them shine on college entrance exams? That's right. With College Tutors, students are matched with tutors that fit their unique learning styles and educational needs. Flexible and focused, the College Tutors Learning Center has the resources necessary to improve testing scores. Contact College Tutors for a trained tutor today and excel when it matters most. Call 816-256-5907 or visit collegetutors.com.
We're back here on 810varsity.com. I'm Nathan Kendall with my partner Matt Moon tonight. Liberty just with a big drive to go take a 24-13 lead on Park Hill. And now Park Hill, they've got to go quick on offense and try to get it on the board really quickly. Kick is away, and it's going to be a short kick, returnable. That's Noel, Jalen Noel. Noel, oh! One more block, and I think he breaks free and takes that pretty good distance.
If you're Park Hill, you got to move quick here. You need to score probably within the next 3 minutes to give yourself a chance, because you got to have the ball back twice.
And there's no settling for field goals anymore. It has to be touchdowns. So, I mean, 4-down territory no matter what. You got to go. Ryan Graves, who's looked a lot better here in this second half, is in the shotgun. 2 wide to each side of the formation. Man in motion is Noel. They're going to look deep right off the play. And it's going to be incomplete.
Great coverage there by multiple Blue Jays, and they were able to knock it away from Stanfield.
And Stanfield had, actually, that was
Suppus.
Suppus, who he had an opportunity after the deflection, had an opportunity to make the play. And possibly that could have turned into a huge play. In the gun. They're going to hand this off up the middle. Nothing doing. And they've got to go. They gain 1 yard on that play. So Gathrights into the game for Bradford. Bradford got nothing going tonight. And to be honest, hasn't got anything going these first 2 weeks of the season. And it's not going to get any easier for this Park Hill offense to throw. Graves, a tunnel screen to the right. Catch made, and he is popped and dropped immediately. And so punt team comes out for Park Hill. And they couldn't really get anything going on offense. They will have to give the ball back to Liberty, who's moved the ball effectively tonight. Heinrichsen to punt. 2 guys back to return a wobbly snap, and it gets it off, and it's a pretty good punt, but takes a Liberty bounce and grabbed at the 39-yard line. That's where Liberty will take over, looking to put this game to bed right now with 6:11 to play.
And I think you got to do whatever you can to force the Trojans to use their timeouts here, but at the same time try to run some clock. So probably keep it on the ground, stay in bounds.
Oh, yeah.
And force the Trojans to use their timeouts.
Roush has Lowry with him in the backfield. They've got the 2 tight ends in the game on the line. They're going to hand it to Lowry. Lowry cuts to the near side, continues to cut closer this way. He's got the first down and a lot more across midfield. Mark him down at about the 46-yard line. First down for Liberty. Jack Lowry with a good carry there. So he continues to get stronger here in this second half. They're staying with the 2 tight end set here in this down under 6 to play. Lowry now split out wide with Gray in the backfield. Gonna hand it to Gray, and he's met and dropped.
And that's Big Gore right in the middle. James Gore, 6 foot 305, stuffing the run right there.
And he is also a junior. This Park Hill D line is scary, and they're gonna be back.
They can find a consistent offense. This team could be very good by late in the season.
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to play them early, not late. So some of these teams they've got late in the year, look out. Even though they're scheduled, it doesn't get any easier after today. With Liberty North, Lee Summit North, Ray Peck, Fort Osage, Roush. Now pitches it out to Lowry and a flag on the play. It'll be a holding. Ray Peck, Fort Osage, Blue Springs South, Staley, and Blue Springs to round out their schedule for the year. With 4:51 to play, and then Liberty, they've got Truman, Liberty North, Lee Summit North, Park Hill South, Lee Summit West, St. Joe Central, and Staley. We will see them in a few weeks. Back here against Park Hill South.
What you want to do though here, second 11, he only picked up 4 yards and got pushed out of bounds. You actually should have taken this if you want to get the ball back, but instead they're going to push him back. So it's going to be second down once again. They're going to get to run more clock. Got to start thinking smart here, thinking your defense can get you off the field, especially when you only got 3 timeouts and 4:50 to play.
51 to play. Second and 23 for the Liberty Blue Jays. Staying with the 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and Nathan Gray in the backfield next to Roush. Gonna hand it off to Gray, and he's met immediately. Gets maybe a yard. I will say, though, Alex Roush has looked a lot better this week than he did, early there in last week in their game against Lee Summit. He is playing a lot better. Still some ill-advised throws. Like last week, he threw a couple picks, but this week has been much better for the Liberty Blue Jays senior, who was an Elite 81 quarterback here on 810varsity.com. Gray will be cut down, and timeout Park Hill with 4:08 to play. He'll take his timeout. No, they're signaling the wrong way. Timeout. Liberty.
Nope.
No,
now it's
there
Park
we go.
Hill.
Timeout Park Hill. Their first of their 3 timeouts. So with 4:11 to play, Park Hill will get the football back, needing to score pretty quick to have really any shot at this ball game. And the punt is away. It'll be an end-over-end kick as nobody for Park Hill decided they wanted to field that punt. And so with 4:03 to play, Park Hill will have the ball starting at the 20-yard line. And the shotgun, here we go. 3 wide to the far side of the field. Park Hill hasn't shown the ability to throw down the field tonight. Stanfield caught it and goes out of bounds. With 4 to play, 4 minutes to play. Ball marked about a 3-yard completion, 2nd down and 7. I mean, you got to take a shot.
3-yard completions aren't going to move you down the field fast enough, especially since you got to score twice.
Back to throw. Another little short pass and immediately hit. That is Suppus. Hit hard. Suppus.
And that's better.
And they got to go quick. 3rd down and about 1. Takes the snap. Graves, a low snap. He's just going to take off and run. Going to have to get out of bounds, and he does. With 3:33 to play. 3:33 to play. Trips to the near side now. To throw. Graves stepping up in the pocket, and he'll be eaten alive and sacked.
And the problem there was he ran himself into that one. I know he felt the pressure coming from the side, but if he would have just stayed where he was at, he still could have thrown the ball to his open receiver here in the flat.
With 3 minutes to play here in the ball game, to throw. Graves. Out route, bad throw, or it's just a little too far out in front of Noel and incomplete. Exactly 3:02 to play. 24-13, Liberty with the lead. Liberty Blue Jays are well on their way to victory number 1 on the year. Meanwhile, Park Hill, they are 3:02 away from their 2nd loss on the year. And for a team that was a state semifinalist, yeah, you graduated a lot, but had a lot of good players back. Deep ball intercepted. Pass picked off by Michael Book, and a fumble! And Park Hill recovers.
And that's just not giving up on the play there, going over and ripping the ball away to keep your chances alive. And that's a great play because it gives you an automatic 1st down.
So Graves will be credited with an interception thrown and then a forced fumble by the receiver over on that side and recovered by Park Hill. Bradford in the backfield. Takes snap. Graves. Looking deep down the field. Open receiver. It's caught. Touchdown. Park Hill. Jalen Noel. And Park Hill is on the board quickly. A beautiful ball by Ryan Graves to Jalen Noel. And Park Hill will go for 2 now with a chance to pull this to a 3-point ball game. Either way, it's going to be 1 score. So you don't get this, you're going to have to score a touchdown, but you get the 2, get it back with a chance to kick a field goal and tie it. That was the best throw I've seen Ryan Graves make all night. And Noel just ran past 2 defenders and made a great catch in the and got into the end zone.
You got to give this Trojan team credit. They're not quitting.
Rolling out to the right. Graves stays on his feet, throws it, and it's caught!
Joe Webb coming back to
gets
make the catch.
2. Meanwhile, Ryan Graves looked like he was going down and just tossed it up and found Joe Webb in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, it's Liberty 24, Park Hill 21. 2:45 to play in this ball game here on 810varsity.com. We'll take a break and thank our sponsors and be back after this.
When it comes to selling or buying land, commercial or residential property in the Kansas City metro area, turn to the Rucker Group at RE/MAX First Choice. We put our 55 years of client service to work for you. Keep you informed every step of the process by utilizing powerful industry, technology, and marketing strategies to achieve results. Veteran operated, we live here, play here, and have kids in the school district. We are your local experts.
Welcome back here at 810varsity.com. I'm Nathan Kendall with my partner Matt Moon. Park Hill just got really fortunate. Graves threw an interception. They forced a fumble on the interception and recovered. And on the ensuing next few plays, a touchdown pass to Jalen Noel, and then a surprising play. And that ball is kicked really well and out of bounds. That ball goes out of bounds, and so Liberty will have the football. 2:45 to play. Park Hill with 2 timeouts remaining.
And I really think they got a little too cute there, right? They had 2 timeouts. You could have kicked it deep. You had 2 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Especially when they had just one guy back there.
Right, definitely. You could have kicked that deep. Instead, they got a little too cute. They put him in decent field position. You're still in the same situation where Liberty has the ball, and you got to get a stop.
I mean, even you could have angled it to one of the corners and just seen what happens. If they got one guy back there, angle it over to one side. And, I mean, that ball bounces and kicks back. You never know. Just like what happened to your own team earlier. So they're still discussing what has happened on that. It'll be a handoff up the middle, flag down. Now, what do?
You take the play.
Take the penalty, or you just decline it, take a timeout. And the Park Hill student section now getting into it here just a little bit as their team is back within 3 points. And they're going to take it back. If I was coach,
and the only good thing is if it's 1st and 20 now, then the clock is going to stop on the penalty.
Yeah.
And so essentially no harm, no foul. You only lost 2 seconds on the play. So you'll still have your timeouts you can use.
Coach Hood's trying to figure out where that ball may have been spotted if they don't take it and see what happens. And so they talk it over. Yeah, they're going to take them back. So it'll be first.
So I guess you want to
20.
give them as long as possible here. 20 yards.
Yeah, make it very difficult for them to run the football and salt this game away. So, I mean, 1 first down ends it. So in the shotgun here as the clock starts to run with 2:40 to play. They're going to throw immediately over the middle. It's caught and brought down. We got about 7 yards on the play. Up to the 35. Gutsy call there. They hit strike with the pass. Gutsy call there by Liberty.
Well, yeah, if he drops it, you're stuck.
So it is 2nd down and 13 upcoming here as Park Hill decided not to take their timeout on that play. So they're going to hand it off now. Got some room to run, and they pull him down. Timeout. With 1:56 to play, and it's 3rd and fairly manageable for Liberty. If you're the Liberty head coach here, what do you think?
I would just run it again. You just picked up about 6 yards on that play.
You only need 7.
About 3rd and a long 6.
Here we go. Be a big play in this ball game upcoming here for the Park Hill defense. Alex Roush currently 12 of 20 for 207 and 3 scores and 1 interception. And here we go. Roush has Lowry next to him, and now Gray comes in motion. They're going to roll out to throw. Roush, incomplete. A very interesting call. Park Hill makes it out with 1 timeout remaining. So Liberty's going to have to punt the football away, and Park Hill has a chance to get the victory. A touchdown wins it. A touchdown will put them ahead. A field goal ties it and sends this game to a possible overtime period. Now, if you're Park Hill, do you go after the punt?
Don't want to take any chances of getting a penalty here.
High snap over his head! Park Hill! And he still gets it away, but he will probably net minus yards on the punt, if that's possible. And not a good spot if you're the Liberty Blue Jay special teams to have a bad snap. And so Park Hill has 1:44 to either tie this ball game or go get the victory.
And really, you got to go back to that 3rd down and 7 when they decided to pass. I know you wanted to get the 1st down, but you run the ball. You then force the Trojans to use their timeout. You potentially gained some yardage there, and you would have been in a better situation.
And I mean, after the previous run, Lowry could have busted that and picked up the 1st, and that game would be over. To throw. They're going to throw underneath, and he's got to get out of bounds, and he does. They get about 4 yards. Second down and 6 for the Trojans. Takes a snap. Graves. They pick up the blitz. Deep ball. It is intercepted! But a flag is down. Is it defensive pass interference?
I know they're saying no foul, that it fell out of the official's belt.
And Liberty gets the football, and
And that was just Carl Simpson just wanting the ball more. Him and Stanfield both had a chance at the ball, and Simpson ripped it away.
So Park Hill, back-to-back weeks, a Park Hill school is going to lose in a heartbreaking fashion. Last week, Park Hill South, first of all, they lose a quarterback. Matt Sukanik throws the interception that sealed the game for Ray Peck, and this week, same type of deal. Quarterback Ryan Graves puts one up for grabs, and I mean, they both had a play at the ball and a great defensive play there for the Liberty Blue Jays. So now Park Hill, you got to rip the ball out at this point. We're down to 1:05 to play. Liberty 24, Park Hill 21. They're going to let as much time run off the clock as they can. They take the snap, going to hand it off. Gray is going to get, they're going to mark him down. Timeout. Coach Hood. Oh, maybe. And that's a first down, and Liberty is going to win this ball game. The Liberty Blue Jays are going to come to Park Hill High School and get the victory over the Park Hill Trojans. And so we're going to go over the statistics for the game right quick before we sign out of here. And that will just about do it. Liberty 24, Park Hill 21. Team statistics for Liberty. First of all, Alex Roush, 12 of 21 for 207, 3 touchdowns and the 1 interception. On the ground, Nathan Gray, 14 carries for 52 yards, no touchdowns for him. Jack Lowry, 10 for 24, no touchdowns. The receiving, Jack Lowry still led them in receiving. And with 2 catches for 113 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Evan Strike, 3 for 47, no touchdowns. Nathan Gray with the other touchdown catch, 3 for 26. And then for the Park Hill Trojans, it got a lot better in the second half. Ryan Graves, 18 for 26 for 154 and a touchdown. The 2 interceptions are what killed him. Javion Gathright, 8 carries for 15 yards, no touchdowns. Peyton Stanfield, 2 carries, 11 yards, 1 touchdown for him. Jalen Noel, 1 carry, 9 yards. Joe Webb, 1 carry, 6 yards. Corey Bradford, 7 carries for a yard. And Ryan Graves, 13 carries for -8 yards and a touchdown. And then on the receiving end of it, 5 catches for 62 yards for Jalen Noel and that touchdown. Peyton Stanfield, 4 for 32, no touchdowns. Davis Supas, 5 catches, 29 yards. And Joe Webb, 3 catches for 25 yards. And that does it here from Park Hill High School, as Park Hill stepped it up and played much better there in the second half. Just wasn't enough. Just a few too many turnovers, and that gave Liberty the victory. Liberty moves to 1-1 on the year. They play at home versus Truman. Meanwhile, Park Hill drops to 0-2, and they will be here next week to face off with Liberty North. And we will be here for that game next Friday night. So thank you for watching here on 810varsity.com. For my partner, Matt Moon, I'm Nathan Kendall. Thank you for watching, and have a great night and have a great weekend.